This video is done by professionals. Don't do anything you see in the video because YouTube will be mad. What if I told you that labs around the country, even around the world, are fudging their numbers and fudging test results as a whole?
I'd be royally pissed!
Well, in this video, I'm going to go over some recent findings that may trouble you if you're someone who shops at a distro, or makes you feel a lot more comfortable if you grow your own. Stay tuned. If you're new here, my name is Rob and we talk all things herb. Today in particular though, we are going to be going over some troubling findings that I came across recently, specifically here in Michigan and actually all the way up to Canada. Now recently, Michigan's Verdis Labs has been really under scrutiny, and there's a variety of reasons for this. One reason is the fact that they're led by former Michigan State Police, which is weird in itself. But the other thing is some of the issues that they've had as of recent. Now recently, Verdis Labs here in Michigan has been caught totally just screwing around with their lab tests. These guys had multiple violations for their test, including pushing up THC numbers and also hiding things like mold. They tried to say that this was mite poop, literally, instead of mold, which still is disgusting to be able to push through to your consumer there in Michigan, but no problem, I guess. As former state police, they have no issues and they're able to do what they want.
Not this time.
So finally, brands like this are getting caught for the dirtiness that they're doing. And these are brands that are backed by the same people that were locking us all up for growing these kind of plants. So the irony here is kind of interesting, we'll say. Now, these labs were founded in 2018 by Greg Mouchad. He's a former director of the Michigan State Police Forensic Division. Todd Welsh, a retired Michigan State Police forensic scientist, and Dr. Michelle Glynn, a former Michigan State toxicologist. Now, the trio together said they had more than 85 years combined experience, so that gives them a lot of experience to know how to fudge numbers around and hide things from the casual observer, which obviously worked pretty well for them up until recently. Now, back in 2021, they had a huge issue come up. There was over 65,000 products recalled because, well, they allowed junk to be put on shelves. Now, there was thousands of pounds of flowers and edibles that were recalled from 400 plus stores, which is insane when you think about it. These are places that we trust to be able to send our grandparents to who are medical patients who maybe need something that's safer and cleaner and healthier for them. Well, at least that's what we've been told. And the distros that were stuck with large amounts of this product were supposed to just destroy it and lose the money. And that's just unfortunate. That's just the way things go, I guess, if you do things legally. Petitioners failed to comply with an approved SOP, or standard operating procedure, if you're not familiar with that. Now, Verdis thought that this was done to damage their market share and make them look bad, which honestly sounds pretty damn crazy when you think about it, and that's kind of a bizarre accusation to throw around when you have been caught in the past messing numbers up or completely changing numbers and hiding bad test results. Now, for brands like this to think it's totally fine to put out falsified reports and inflated THC tests is absolutely ridiculous, especially those who are looking for specific levels of THC for themselves to medicate, of course. Now, the part that makes this the craziest to me is the fact that these brands think this is okay and their testing methods are totally fine. And even though they're putting out falsified reports and literally saying that mold is mite poop, which just is crazy. How are you going to misidentify mite shit for mold? I don't even get that one. But these are brands that we're trusting. These are brands that we're sending our product to as the commercial growers or as the people that we trust to grow for us commercially. And they're completely screwing us, making millions, and honestly don't even really care. They screwed the people over in 2021 and they continue to do it to this day. Now think about this. The Michigan government allowed a company that had to issue a recall of $229 million worth of product. $229 million worth of product had to be completely removed because these guys had a blunder. But they were allowed to continue to operate somehow, some way. Now, I don't know. I'm not saying there's corruption in the system, but I'm saying maybe there's corruption in the system. Now, at a certain point, Verdis tried to file a lawsuit against the CRA, and that didn't work out too well for them. The lawyers claimed that the CRA targeted the labs without cause or attempted to cripple the company by ignoring industry standards involving competitors in the investigation. But the judge found little to no evidence to support these claims. The ruling said that Verdis failed to show any direct link between the bias and agency's actions. Instead, they noted that the CRA's inspections were prompted by specific red flags, such as unusually high THC results, resorts of passing moldy products, and discrepancies in microbial testing. According to CRA data, Verdis Lansing Labs reported aspergillus failures of 89% less than other labs in the state, raising further concerns about reliability. But somehow, they were still allowed to operate. But this is just one case of many, unfortunately, and many around the country have honestly continued to get worse. It seems like this is just a play on brands to be able to capitalize on the better testing and shopping around for labs that'll work best for them. In California, the CCTL got its license yanked for faking pesticide and mold tests, even though vapes and flour still hit the shelves anyways, which is absolutely crazy to me. In Nevada, there was a brand banned for 10 years after they juiced THC numbers. Growers loved it, but the consumers, well, they got duped. In Washington, a brand shut down after a whistleblower exposed all the crap going on behind the scenes. And public data actually helped catch them too, which was beautiful. Citizens arrest! In Arizona, a company was fined over $500,000 for fake potency and a salmonella scare, which is absolutely crazy to think about. Even in strict Canada, there's been brands that have inflated their THC and hid bad test results, which blows my mind when you look at some of the scrutiny and testing that goes on up there. Now, from coast to coast, these brands are able to distribute whatever they want and they don't have to struggle with anything. Now, who suffers? The consumer in the end. And this is why I'm a firm believer in growing your own if you can. And that's why I work with brands like AC Infinity that help me do this. Now, with brands like AC Infinity, you can get top-of-the-line equipment to take care of everything in your garden. When I first started working with them, it was literally just inline fans. And now, they've got everything that you need. They've recently put out their cultivator kit that is everything from A to Z to get you going. It even comes with a voucher for some Jungle Boy genetics and some Athena nutrients. If you're looking to get any of their products, use discount code CLtv at checkout or CLtv AC10 over on Amazon. And if you're looking for some genetics, the homies over at Seedsman got you covered as well. You can scan this code or check out watchcltv.com/beans and use discount code CLtv at checkout. Now, this whole lab shopping situation definitely can be a problem. It's essentially like picking a referee that's going to lean in your team's favor, which is complete bullshit when you think about it because that's rigging the game. Just like it would be in any sort of situation. And this is completely illegal in other markets, but obviously in our market, it's totally fine.
Fuck me, right?
Now, what some growers will do, and I've seen this firsthand in consultation and even brands that I've worked for directly.
Franklin?
They'll send multiple samples to different labs. If one test is 20% and the other one is, let's say, 28%, well, who are they going to go with? Obviously, they're going to go with the one that gives them the higher testing. Now, these labs know that they incentivize companies by boosting these numbers or hiding the COA information in general. Fudging some of the things like their overall test results can help them push their products to the consumer knowing that they're going to be complete shit products. But obviously, that doesn't really matter in today's day and age. And I'm hoping that more will get hit heavier as these brands get exposed, because these are the same type of companies who've been saying that our meds are not meds, that everything that we grow at home is dangerous and could be toxic and harmful. Isn't that exactly what's going on here? Am I crazy? It seems like they've been feeding us a whole line of bullshit so that way they can sell the consumer their own meds. It doesn't matter what you want to call it, your own bud, meds, what. They're selling bullshit to the people. And this isn't all companies, of course. This is just a lot of the brands that have been caught up. And these brands that get caught up more and more seem to be outing themselves. And the companies tied to them seem to be falling more and more as well. So the end result? Well, dispensary bud and street bud seem to be a little more similar than we thought. The testing, well, can we trust it? It's only clean until it's exposed that it's not. And in that case, then who's the victim?
We are.
These companies are able to pay the fines. They're able to get past the leaps and the hurdles. But the consumer, well, not only did we pay an inflated price, but we paid for inflated results and potentially suppressed results. These are things that concern me and have concerned me for a long time as somebody who's worked directly in the industry and still continues to dabble a bit into it. Even as somebody who goes to a distro, am I getting the same thing I got with the old Mexican brick bud back in the day? Is this any cleaner than what I can get from somebody that I meet randomly or that I just do myself? I don't think so. Let me know what you think below in the comment section. Have a great day, even better tomorrow. Stay lifted.
It's my stash and I need it now.
It's my stash and I need it now.
It's my stash and I need it now.
It's your stash. Use it when you need it.
Stash me.